along with a podcast and back on the prospect who's divided the scouting community. I am opposed to this belief that he went too high. I really think he could be a steal here. This is a guy who's got so much development potential. And I think all the scouts who are down on him think, oh, he's not a finished product. We don't know what he is. That, to me, could be a good thing. He can hit. He can field. He can pitch. There is so much untapped potential so far for this guy. I'm excited to see what he becomes. And certainly as he gets started actually playing, actually being in games, we're going to be able to talk to some other folks who get a better read on him and see what they think. I'm excited for that. And frankly, I'm going to have my eye on him for a while.
A minor league pitching coach offers advice to a new member of his staff. A Double-A hitting coach touches base with a new arrival to the team. A prospect receives a check-in from his agent, who wants to make sure his client's career is being launched in a way that suits the young man's goals and ambitions.
We hear all the time from people around the game that Double-A is where you start to see the breaking balls that are really set apart from what you've seen before. That can be a
Minor League Baseball is live and on the air on the show. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game weekend series between the Chattanooga Lookouts and the Rocket City Trash Pandas. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Oliver Ortega is on the mound for Game 2. What do you have for us on him, Danny? Next to dig in, Connor Bartley is back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game. First pitch on the way. High fly ball out to straightaway center. De Jesus will settle under it to make the play for the first out as the runner will have to head back to first. Next up, Kevin Maitan, as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box.
Baseman, Kevin Maitan.
First delivery to him. High in the air down the right field line. Right fielder giving chase. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning. Next up is Paul DeJesus.
Batting third, the center fielder, Paul DeJesus.
Here we go, guys.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. 0-1 the count.
Good speed at first and good speed with the guy at the dish. It's going to be tough to double up these guys. If you're an infielder, got to get rid of it quick.
One down.
Here comes the 0-1. Now a curveball misses inside.
Hey, curveball that kind of backed up on him right there. Might have popped out of his hand just a little bit earlier than he intended.
Grounded down the third baseline. But this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
Grounded back up the middle, and that finds its way through for a base hit. The throw to third, but too late, and he's safe at third.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dad. Sent it back right where it came from.
Ibundo Isabel comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Hoping to discourage a steal attempt with the slide step here.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
Runners are at the corners with 1 man out. On the ground to the right side. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score. Digging in, the switch hitter, Connor Bartley. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
Bartley.
No balls and 1 strike. Comes set, the 0-1. He jumps on this one.
Round hard,
dig hard,
go two.
Just missed a home run to the deepest part of the yard. It's off the wall. The run scores from second. It's now 3-1. And he'll get there without a play. It's a stand-up triple. And he'll try to get back now, but it's not going to work. The throw hangs him out to dry. And stepping in once again is Paul DeJesus, who collected a base hit his first time up. In there, now the throw. And no throw, in fact, and he'll just hang on to it. Now it'll be number 13. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First delivery to him. Strike taken, the throw.
0-1.
Way late, and he's in there easily at second. Well, the offense has been in short. So now to the plate, Connor Bartley.
The catcher, Connor.
And now the first pitch.
Bartley.
And great extension as he drives this one high in the air and deep the other way. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Sam Chaney flew out last time up. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. Well, behind the play, that's an easy stolen base. Digging in next, Connor Bartley. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. Now that's popped up. Maitan is under it, and that's the 3rd out. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and tonight's ball game comes to a close. 3-1 the final.
player new to his AA squad gets a tip from one of his coaches. A manager confronts his club about an unacceptable team statistic.
Well, for a minute, it really looked like they were going to play with using this kid on the mound and in the field, but it seems they've quickly abandoned that idea. Jim Callis of...
Top players become great players by continuing to think of themselves as developing players.
Carlos, we often hear about the importance of day-to-day consistency, that players need to focus on maintaining their process.
A manager draws attention to a telling defensive stat. An agent needs to check in from time to time to make sure. A savvy agent will engender confidence in his client, confidence that he has a world of possibilities at his fingertips. But the measure of a good agent is how well he can turn these possibilities into actualities.
Another look at one of my favorite prospects to talk about. He's doing really well with the bat in his hand.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. Clutch hitting has not been a strength for this team, and their manager lets them know it.
We're shining a spotlight on this young hitter, and it seems like for the first time, he's running into some struggles at the plate. Got Carlos Pena with me on the show today. And Carlos, what's it like that first time you struggle in the pros? Is it a bit of a reality check for you?
Yeah, no doubt about it, Ben. I mean, look, you've been one of the best players in your high school, college career, then you get drafted, now you're in the professional ranks, and then you hit that spot where, hey, man, there's some fierce competition out there, and all of a sudden you don't feel so good at the plate. What are you going to do about it? And it's so easy to let it just spiral out of control. You have to get a hold of yourself, take a couple of deep breaths, and slow things down and keep it simple, because this is when it gets real. You will hit these spots, but the ability to manage them, it's key. So you have to go up there, calm yourself down. For me, it was take a few pitches, even spend a game where I would just take one strike every single at bat, and that would slow me down. And I wouldn't think of it as a waste of a pitch. It was actually an investment so that I would start getting my bearings again, getting my footing, and then as you start feeling better at the plate, then you can be a little bit more aggressive. And so now, instead of the slump lasting 2 weeks, you just keep it to a few days. That was very important for me through the minor leagues, and I took that all the way up into the big leagues.
A fast-developing young player has gotten the attention. Prospects may not realize how closely they are being watched, and by other organizations as well as their own. A Double-A manager has called one of his young players in for a quick word. The word is good. Within 48 hours, this player will be in a new city and putting on a new uniform. A coach hopes to help his player get more out of his plate appearances.
Well, I talked recently about this young player and how he had hit the skids a little bit, but it looks like he's righted the ship. I've got Carlos Pena on the pod today, and Carlos, it has to be a huge load off his mind that he's getting right at the plate.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Just a huge relief when you...
A player is presented with a unique opportunity.
We are getting closer day by day to the trade deadline, and that means that top prospects could be on the move. I'm joined today by Carlos Pena. And Carlos, when you were on your way up the ladder to the majors, did you ever notice the chatter around the trade deadline?
Oh, absolutely. It's almost impossible to ignore it. And the thing is this, you can't control it, so why even worry about it? But it's easier said than done. I mean, you have to really focus in your game, staying within your approach, and not let all that noise distract you. At the end of the day, you're really playing for the entire major leagues, and you have to understand that no one is...
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. Sometimes dreams do come true. This player is about to get the chance to see if he's got...
Back here on MLB Central, and before the break, we talked a little bit about an exciting prospect who has made his way to the major leagues. Minor league podcaster Ben Gelman has been covering this player for a long time, and he joins us now. Ben, thanks for joining us. How did you become interested in his journey?
I'm very excited to be here, Robert. You know, when he got drafted...
Afternoon baseball now from the home of the Reds since 2003, Great American Ballpark. Today, the finale of this quick two-game series between the Minnesota Twins and the Cincinnati Reds. Alongside Dan Plesac and Mark DeRosa, and D-Row will see a highly anticipated Major League debut in this one of the elite prospects in the game.
Yeah, this is a special day for the entire sport when you really think about it. Certainly special for the kid in this organization. But I'll tell you, when a prospect of his caliber graduates to the big league level, the baseball world stops and takes notice. I know it's just one game. We're going to put a lot of focus on his performance here today. And it probably really doesn't mean that much, but it would be awesome to see him come out and put on a show for us.
Ready now for Cincinnati, Connor Bartley. And as you could imagine, the butterflies are fluttering as this is his first major league at-bat.
You know, Matty, this is a guy who had to work at his craft, iron out some things down in the minor leagues. He wasn't a can't-miss prospect in the draft. And these are the guys that make the organization smile when they show up.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. India, the runner at first with 2 gone. Tried to work it back to that low inside corner, but it misses 1-2. Working for the punch out and the offering. This is well struck. High and deep toward the left field corner. Unbelievable. A home run. I don't believe what I just saw. I don't believe what I just saw. So a two-run. So now the Reds cleanup hitter, Connor Bartley, off to a fine start in this one after launching a homer his first time up.
And that's been the...
There's a drive high in the air and deep to left center field. Adios, pelota. So a solo shot here to left center field. His second home run of the game as the Reds move out in front now, 3-0.
Second home run of the game right there. He is locked in at the plate. You hear so many of...
Digging in will be Connor Bartley. And with 2 hits in 2 career at-bats, he certainly knows how to make a first impression.
You know, Matty, what a great debut. He's playing with house money right now. Expect him to have another quality at-bat.
Now a bunt attempt here.
Run it out! Run it out!
In time as he's called out on a bang-bang play at first. Now at the plate is Connor Bartley, who dropped a sacrifice bunt in his last plate appearance.
Yeah, that was amazing. Kind of completely caught us off guard up here in the booth. Don't expect the same thing. We pay this guy big dollars to drive the ball in the gap. Look for him to swing the bat right here.
Hey, see it. Drive it. Let's go, big dog.
0-1 pitch on its way.
On 0-2 here, he doesn't have to give in with a great pitch to hit. He's got a base open, so he has to focus on making a good pitch right here.
Curveball bounces, and this one gets away.
Stand up, stand up, stand up.
And over to third now is the runner. Crawford at third with 2 away. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away.
Hey, let her rip one time.
Swing and a drive. Now to get that one, you'll need a 50-foot ladder to make the catch. A no-doubt home run. So a 2-run shot to left center. His 3rd home run of the ball game, as it's now a 6-run ball game. For 3 on the day so far. Could you imagine a better first day in the big leagues?
You know, Matty, he has a chance to get his 4th knock today.
Here we go.
We always had this saying in the dugout, anybody can get 3. But during your big league debut, to have this opportunity, this has been heroic effort.
Though he was always projected as a future major leaguer, actually getting to stand in for your first big league at-bat is no small feat. You got to think he's really happy to be here, of course.
Yeah, Matty, he's certainly happy to be here. If he can feel his legs, the nerves are definitely going right now. This is when you have to slow the moment down, hopefully shrink the stadium, and bring it back to wiffle ball in your backyard.
Kepler smiled 10-3 at the end of this contest. The Reds jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Wade Miley backed up.
A newcomer to the big leagues is interviewed about a milestone moment in his young career.
Queen City. We're live inside Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Into the box, Kevin Newman. Couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night. Runs up and gets this one down. And the throw to first will be in time, so they stamp out the bunt attempt.
Well, you know, he had a good idea right there. The infield was playing back, but it's not going to work out for him this time. That's a nice play to react, and they take it.
Now into the box, Connor Bartley. He'll start us out here in the home half of the second. Fouled off.
Bartley.
A windup and the 0-1. Swung right over the top of that one as this is a little dribbler out in front of the mound. And the leadoff man in the inning will get the job done here. It's an infield single. The tag, and he's nabbed trying for 2. And now here is Connor Bartley as the switch hitter will bat right-handed here. And that's inside for a ball, 1-0.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
No runs, 2 hits, and no errors in the game for Cincinnati thus far.
Right here.
A ball and 2 strikes, the count now with the bases empty and 2 away.
You could tell by the hitter's balance after that swing that he's seeing the ball really good. His timing is right there, and I expect him to catch something clean.
And the throw to first will indeed get him. It's up next, Connor Bartley. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
Bartley.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Pitch on the way. Swing and a flare hit toward right. Right fielder coming on. A dive, and oh, he can't hang on. And they'll throw behind the runner to first. And a mistake here as he's tagged out in no man's land. So here's the cleanup hitter. Connor Bartley is looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat.